Hello and welcome to another edition of Ladies Let's Talk with Live. We've got a fantastic guest today. We have Nicole Roberts Jones from the Fierce Factor Lab. Now ladies, you need to actually pull up your seats, get yourself a drink, get yourself a pad, because you need to know how to be rocking the Fierce, and this lady is going to actually educate us all today. Welcome, 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 Nicole.
Yay, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with all of your fabulous ladies abroad. So excited.
Yes, yes. We're really happy to have you. And one thing that really stands out for me is the word fierce. I love that. It reminds me of strong, and I want to actually know a bit more about that and where that came from, because in all your promotional material, it's so royal and so and show-stopping. That's the word I should use. Show-stopping and fierce. So could you explain a little bit about the Fierce Factor Lab for us?
Sure. So I have to tell you, I came up with this term actually at a time in my business where I didn't feel fierce. I didn't feel strong. I didn't even feel like I understood myself fully and completely. And I'm saying that, and I don't take this whole notion of fierce lightly, because, and I have to tell you this part in order for you to understand how I got to fierce. And you are right, fierce is strong, bold. I look at fierce like the roar of a lion, right? And so I've been doing this since 1993. I've been doing this a long time. And 17 years in, by 2010, I realized that I had built a successful business, at least it looked successful on the outside. So I had two components of my business then, and mind you, me telling you this story, you guys, I am going to explain what fierce is, but I think it's important for you to know where I came from to see how I had to fight to get back to me. So by 2010, again, 17 years in, I had made it to the place I really, really had as my goal to get to. So I had 10 chapters of my youth program in 10 states here in the United States, and it was continuing to grow. And then I had a program for women entrepreneurs, and at the time, I couldn't take another client. My coaching client roster was at 100%. So I thought, okay, if I write a book, I can give my personal development principles to women, because we all know we all get caught up in our head, and sometimes that's where ideas stay. They never come out, right? And so when my book came out, now, mind you, I have 10 chapters in 10 states. I have a 100% coaching client roster. My book comes out. And now people are calling me to speak all over the country here in the United States. And so I look really, really successful. But guess what? I was only making, and I know you have to transfer this into UK money, but here in the United States, I was only making $13,000 a year. Now, in the United States, go ahead.
So that would be around, I would say, a little bit down, probably about £9,000, something like that. I'd have to work it out. Yes.
And the point is this: I was making less than what equates living below the poverty line here in the United States. And so I remember just being exhausted, frustrated, serving so many people, but not even serving myself. I could barely pay my bills, right? And so in 2010, I was sitting on my couch. I remember it was the first Sunday of November in 2010. I need to write that date down. I say it when I tell this story. I say the same thing, first Sunday in November. But I had just gotten home from another weekend where I was traveling. Now, you guys know if I made $13,000 in my business, I had to have another job. So I had a daytime job to pay for my nighttime calling, is what I say. So I was a professor, university adjunct professor, and so I had to get up that next day to go teach at 8 a.m., and I remember just sitting on my couch thinking, I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I can feel the tears streaming down my eyes. And I'm telling you that story because I realized in that moment I wanted to quit. In that moment, I knew I had taken myself as far as I could take myself. And so to make a really long story short, I ended up hiring a coach. Now, when I hired her, what she really did is she put a mirror up to show me. And so to make an even longer story short, what she showed me is she said, Nicole, you help everybody else develop programs, and you're not developing programs for yourself. Hello.
Wow.
So in that moment, I realized that although I had my toe in the water to my gift, my brilliance, my calling, I wasn't fully standing in it. And that's when the Fierce was born. So all of you that know who Beyonce is, when she's standing on stage, she calls herself Sasha Fierce. Right? So when Beyonce's standing on stage, she's standing in the full power of her gift. She's unapologetic. She's being who she's meant to be, doing what she's meant to do. And here's the thing. I want you each for a moment to think about you standing in the full power, not 5%, not 20%, not even 80. I'm talking about 100%. See, in that moment in 2010 for me, I realized, Cheryl, that I had only been standing in maybe about 60% of my own gift. And that moment, I went from 13. Right. And here's the thing, real quick, and this will be the end of the story. This is why I call it Fierce, because after that call, that first call with my coach, I developed a program. That program, I made $10,000 in 60 days, which is not a big deal, but here's the thing. Because this is what I do, I really help entrepreneurs develop multiple streams of income from what they already know. Mind you, I have been teaching it at a university level, but I had never applied it to myself or to another entrepreneur. But here's the thing, you guys. I took my system that I've been teaching and actually, applied it to me. I made $10,000 in 60 days, and then I started doing one program and another one and another one. I went from $13,000 a year to over $200,000 in 1 year.
Nicole, take a minute there for a little bit of silence. I'm sure there's some ladies on the line or listening to this interview that could do with another 10,000, whether it be UK pounds or US dollars in their pockets. Don't you think?
Oh yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. So if that, if there is anybody listening to this, how would they be able to connect with you or learn a bit more about the Fear Factor Lab?
So I have a program. Actually, I love that you just asked that question. So what I have done in the last few years is I have packaged everything I learned for myself, and then I started trying it out on other people and saw that the thing that I had done for myself in that moment in 2010 worked on several entrepreneurs, and now I have a program called the Fierce Factor. Right?
Hey,
and so to learn about that, you can go to, and here's the thing, the reason that I'm getting ready to tell you to go to, the call letters I'm getting ready to go to, is in that moment I also realized for myself in 2010 that every moment that I hadn't packaged my brilliance, see, that brilliance in you is not for you. It's for every person that needs you, that needs that gift in you, because you are the answer to their problem, their need, their desire. And so you develop it fully, not for you. And so here's the thing. Here's how you find out about Fierce Factor. You go to betheanswer16.com. betheanswer16.com and listen. I'm excited that I'm able to open this up to you ladies. I'd love to have some of my international sisters with us. And right now, I'm only taking 20 women. I only have 6 spots left. So if that's you and you're saying, oh, my God, I have to be in this program, it's online, part of it. So let me explain to you really quickly. There's 2 options. I'm going to really recommend you all do the Fierce Factor Platinum. So I'm going to explain that quickly, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to explain it quickly so that if you know it's you and you know you're ready to bankroll your brilliance, you know you've been thinking about it and talking about it, or you've already been in business and you're like I was in 2010, you know you have a gift in you and you just haven't figured out how to monetize it, or you're working really, really hard and the amount of time you're putting in your business doesn't equal the amount of money you're making, I want to invite you. So Fierce Factor Platinum. So there are 3 things that happen in Fierce Factor Platinum. First, you get a 3-hour strategy session with me on Skype, where I really dig into your business to see where you already are, what your brand is, if you already have programs and products, how they are answering the need of your client or not, so that we can take a thorough assessment of where you are and what you need. As the group program starts February 16th. And by the way, you don't have to do that content strategy in the beginning. I almost recommend you do it in the middle. So you get a content 3-hour over Skype where I pour into your business, and it's really implementation. It's you working. So don't be you're going to come in and sit. You're coming to work on your business, and I got you. I'm guiding that process. Then you start your 10-week group coaching program, and how that works is 1 week you get a module. So this is all online. So in 1 week you watch a module. You watch me teaching you everything. And by the way, each module, I walk through and give you everything there at betheanswer16.com. So I walk you through everything so that you not only understand how you are the answer, you dominate your fears by standing and being the answer. And then I teach you how to take that answer and become what I call, it becomes your fierce formula. Or some people call it a signature system. So so that you then understand how many steps you take clients through. And by the way, when a client hears that, oh, it'll take you 5 steps to get here, or 3 steps, or 2 steps, or it makes it easier for them to say yes to you. So I teach you how to package what you do into a formula, and then from your formula, I teach you how to teach it, because I am a professor at the end of the day, so I want to make sure you leave no learner behind, right? So I teach you how to tell stories and give steps
so
and do
ladies,
homework,
you see,
all
you're
of that.
in good hands.
right,
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
So
The
anyway,
ladies are in good hands. Yeah, they're in
yes,
good
for
hands.
sure. So
Exactly.
quickly, I know I don't want to take up the whole time talking about this. So you get the modules online, then you get 5 group coaching calls. Then you also get tools, techniques. You have a resource center. And in addition to all of that, I'm hosting a live event in Washington, D.C. in April that you'll have a free ticket to come to. So all of that package is only $1,997, $1,997, and you can make payments. So I made it easy for you to be able to say yes. So if that's you, go to betheanswer16.com, and if you have questions about that, I'm hosting a Q&A call. So here's what I want you to do. Go to info@NicoleRobertsJones.com. Tell me you were on this particular event, and tell me you're interested, and I'll make sure you get the information to join our Q&A call on Monday, February. The Q&A call actually is on Monday, February 8th, but I'll make sure you get the replay if you can't make that on February 8th.
Okay, excellent, excellent. But you do the coaching and do speaking as well. So what led you into speaking on bigger platforms as well, Nicole?
So the thing that you guys have to understand, I call this being an AVP. This is award season here in the United States. So the Super Bowl's coming up. We have the Oscar awards and the Grammys and all that stuff. And everybody gets an award except for entrepreneurs. So I made an award for us. It's called the AVP Award. And here's the 3 things you need to be successful as an entrepreneur. You need to first be the authority, standing fully in your fierce, and understanding that you are the answer. So A is be the authority. V is build visibility. The reason I'm giving you the AVP right now in the middle of your question is this. I'm a speaker because it builds visibility. You would not know that I do what I do if I didn't hop on a call like this, if I didn't stand on the stage somewhere and give you value first. So then you go, oh, that's what she does. And then you're curious about me. And then from there is my P. I've developed what I do into a platform. So there's multiple ways that I say yes to you. My group coaching program is one way I work with people, and I will tell you that's the majority of the way that people come in. I have an online program where it's do-it-yourself. You never touch me, you never talk to me, but I find that most people come through my group. And then I do some one-on-one coaching, but not much. You have to actually go through a group program in order for me to even consider you for a one-on-one coaching client. But what you've got to begin to develop is a profitable product platform. So there's multiple ways you serve a client. You can't have one stream of income and think that you're going to make the money that you desire and deserve. So that is really me speaking just helps people see me and see the value that I bring and allows people to say yes to me.
Okay, excellent. But another thing is, like you said, you have got a lot of talents in there, and you've grown, in terms of your own platform. But you have had other coaches that are quite, well known, like Lisa Nichols. You've worked with her and other people like that. So, have you got any kind of suggestions for people or tips that they could use to get for people to actually see that they are great in what they do as well? People reach out to them.
Yes, sure. So I will tell you, no matter who it is, whether it's Lisa Nichols, for those of you that know Lisa, or I've also worked with Steve Harvey, or it's people that just are starting out. No matter where you are, you've got to understand that your gift, I like to say that your gift was placed in you at birth, and it made your life. It's like you are a 007 agent. You came with a mission. If you choose to accept it, right?
I like that.
And here's the mission for all not my James Bonds, but my Jasmine Bonds that are listening, right?
Ooh, Jasmine Bond, I love that.
It's to fully live an activation of your assignment. And so that gift, like I told you a few minutes ago, that gift, your know-how, whether that's a health coach, a personal development coach, a business coach, a trainer, a hairstylist, whatever that gift is in you that you just love doing, you're meant to package it and bless people with it. And that blessing is meant to bring profit back to you. So many people think that purpose and profit shouldn't go hand in hand, but it has to. So why would you have purpose in you and serve and serve and serve and serve and never have that service come back to yourself? So why would you be exhausted and broke like I was in 2010, but you're helping other people, but you can't even help yourself? That doesn't even make any sense. So it really is, I'm really passionate about it. I know you guys can hear it in my voice, that you stand in your fierce factor and you package it in a way that you can make a difference and you can make some dollars.
Okay, but say if somebody is a little bit shy and they think to themselves, oh, I don't know how to be fierce, Nicole, what do I do? And, I love the Jasmine band because, because my niece is Jasmine, so every time I'm going to see her now, I'm just going to be thinking, Auntie's got this, Auntie has got this, I'm going to be thinking that. What would you be one or two steps that you would think that somebody could do if they didn't feel that at the time they had that Jasmine in them?
So I'll tell you guys, nobody believes when I say this, but I used to be shy. And the day came.
No. Really? Oh,
yeah,
my word.
And every time, now it's easy for me to be on a telephone because I'm here in my office and, I'm just on the phone. But anytime I speak,
I've seen you on stage. I'm sorry to cut you there. I've seen you on stage and you would never think that. You would never,
Right.
Sorry,
because here's the thing. And here's the thing. Because anytime, this is another reason why I call that gift in you that's fierce. Just like a lion's roar, it's dynamic, but it's also scary. And so the thing that you dream about and you talk about, when you start to begin to think about doing it, it scares you, right? Welcome to the club. I'm always scared. Matter of fact, I was on a mastermind call with Ayanna Van Zant once, and she said to us on that call, if you don't do something that makes you pee on yourself sometimes, meaning that you're really scared, you're scared enough to pee on yourself, that you're not playing big enough. So for the woman that says, oh, my God, I'm so scared, oh, my God, how do I get started, it's one step. And those of you that are saying that, I would be honored to serve as your coach because I, too, had to take that one step, knees knocking, teeth chattering. Oh, I have stories, and y'all don't have enough time for me to tell you the stories of me. The first time I was speaking, I was shaking so hard I couldn't even read my piece of paper. So I had to do it by what was in my head, and I was so scared, y'all. I to this day don't know what the heck I said, but I got through it. And the rest is history.
That you got through it.
So it's just getting started. It's getting started where you are. And I'm going to tell you, there is nobody that's done something great. Oprah, Beyonce, anybody you can think of, Michelle Obama, anybody you can think of that has done something great, any of your mentors, they all have had to do it afraid. If you're going to do something you've never done before, because the only way you get something you've never had is to do something you've never done. When you do something you've never done, it's going to be scary.
That's right. Well, do you actually have any, a kind of like a resource or a book that anybody could maybe access? Because you mentioned something earlier about you writing a book.
Yes, so I'm actually in the middle of writing my next book, but I'll tell you, I can give you all a free gift. So here's how you access it. Go to my website, NicoleRobertsJones.com. When you get to my website, you'll see it right there on the first page. It's called Unstoppable. Now, for those of you that are that can dial into the U.S., I can give it to you by text. So I'm going to give you a number to text if you can do it. If not, it's there on my website, okay? So I'm looking it up as I'm talking. So here's the number. You text the number 323-498-1308. Again, 323-498-1308. You text the word fierce to that number, F-I-E-R-C-E. Make sure you spell fierce right now. I'm dyslexic. That's the only reason I'm saying that. And once you text that, it'll ask you for your email. You put your email in, and then I'll email you my free gift. It's called Unstoppable, the 7 Steps to Live the Most Powerfully Successful Fierce You, and it's an audio and a downloadable ebook. So you'll get both of those. Again, either on my website or you can text, either way.
How kind is that? See, I didn't even know about that, lady. So, an extra gift for you there. Excellent. But, is there any other material, a book or anything that you read or have read in the past that you think would be valuable that people should actually read in addition to your books, I'd say? Have you got any suggestions?
Well, it depends because everybody's in different places. And to be honest with you, I don't like to make recommendations without asking you where you are. And because I don't know where each of you are, it's hard for me to I don't like to give just a general recommendation because we're all in different places. And I do everything by assessment. So what I would recommend, at least starting with Unstoppable.
Okay, excellent. But actually, one thing I didn't actually say to the ladies was, who's your ideal people that you help? Because that would obviously, whittle down who would be connecting with you as well. Because who are your ideal people that you support, Nicole?
So I work with women entrepreneurs to help you produce multiple streams of income from your know-how. So whether you have been in business for 5 to 10 years and you just are ready to explode your profit, or you're just starting out and you have this gift in you and you don't know how the heck to take that gift out of your head and put it into a program or a product, that is who I work with.
Okay, and as you were saying, you help women that are actually entrepreneurial to actually kickstart their fear factor. Just wanted to say,
kickstart it. Well, let me just add this: either kick-started, or some of you have been in business for a while and you're in your fears, but you're not moving anymore. You're standing still. You're not making any money from it anymore. And so it's really helped me either create additional ways to monetize your gift or to get it started. Either way.
Wow, definitely. So, ladies, I'm sure there's people over here in the UK, other places outside of that need that, that fear factor laboratory input. So, ladies, Nicole was saying that she, you can go over to her website. I also know that you do, is it Pinterest as well? Not Pinterest, I'm saying the wrong, Periscope, sorry, I'm saying the wrong social media platform. Would you be able to let the ladies know, or the listeners know, your handle for that as well, so that they can obviously connect with you there?
So Periscope, Instagram, and Twitter, I am N. Roberts Jones. So my first initial N, Roberts Jones.
Excellent. So how often do you do those, the videos that you do? Because you do have some real great ones. I've seen a few of them myself.
So it's Catch Me. I think I'm going to say this. If it's incorrect, let me know. But Catch Me. Well, hold on. Let me look at it while I type it. How about that? I want to make sure I tell you guys the correct. So it's catch.me/N Roberts Jones. Again, Catch, and Catch is spelled with a K, KATCH.me/N Roberts Jones. You can see all my Periscopes that I've ever done. They're all there.
Oh, wow. See, so look, ladies, you've got lots of nuggets there, or gents, to actually connect with Nicole. Actually, that was the thing. I've said gents there because sometimes I know that men sometimes do have a little nose in what us ladies are actually doing. Do you actually work with males, or is it strictly females?
Well, it's funny you ask that question. So every now and then I get a ferocious man. And so I do have a few male clients, but my ideal client I have found that my work fits best. Doesn't mean I don't work with men, I do, but my work fits best with women.
Oh, brilliant. And just to, before we wind up, what do you actually do to stay fabulous and fierce in your spare time outside of business?
Outside of business, so, there are certain things that I know I need, and each of us need, to create our own peace of mind. So if you follow me on any social media platform, you know that when I am at home and not on the road, Friday night is date night. So I do make sure that I have time with my husband. Actually, every evening we have carved out a certain time we eat dinner so that we get to have our time. And then I know I have to have girlfriend time. That's the second thing. And then the third thing I absolutely need is I have to go to a beach at least twice a year for a week.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said twice. I'm glad you didn't say like every day or each week, because in the UK, our beaches just haven't got the same flavor at all, Yeah, but I'm sure people can get there, even if it's once a year or twice a year, that they'll be able to see one. So you see, ladies, some great tips there, and keeping the relationship ignited and friendships with friends is an important element when you're actually building your empires. Brilliant. Yes. So, I'd like to actually thank you, Nicole, for joining us. And could you please just, before we go, just say your website again, please, so that listeners definitely have that.
Sure. So my website is NicoleRobertsJones.com. And for the brave, fierce women that want to join me in my Fierce Factor program, that website again is BeTheAnswer16.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. And just to say, I actually seen you at a live event. Have you got any, you mentioned something coming up, in the coming months. Have you got anything in February for anybody that might be listening that they might be able to catch you if somebody's in the US or April? Maybe people can,
I do have
connect with you
quite
live.
a few. I will say the events that are happening in February are like in 2 days, so those are pretty much full. But in March, I'm speaking at the Black Life Coaches Business Strategy Summit. So I believe that you can type in BLC Business Strategy and find that website. So all the coaches out there, definitely highly recommend that. That's in D.C. And then in April, I am speaking at the Buffalo Women's Conference in Buffalo, New York. I don't have that website handy. That's the last weekend in March, so I think it's like March 31st or April 1st. And then last but not least, I will be at Speak and Write. Motivating the Masses has Speak and Write in that's the last day of April typically and the first couple of days of May. And you can go to motivatingthemasses.com to find out about that.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So once again, thank you for joining us, and ensure that you connect with Nicole to get your fierce factor on, ladies.
Thank you for having me.